TalonMC has just released a brand new Dungeons game mode. Kill different rarities and mobs for money. Upgrade your sword skins to increase your multipliers. Traverse through 10 different zones to increase your money gain and stats. Once you've collected enough money, you can then rebirth. Alright, so we have officially loaded into Dungeon Season 1 on TalonMC. Now, when you first spawn in, you're going to be greeted by these two NPCs here, and they are actually very important NPCs. They both give you extremely overpowered rewards, and I'll show you how to get them. So first, we're going to start with this free rank that's right here. This free rank, if you click on them, you'll be brought to this GUI here. Now, this is important and insanely overpowered. It gives you a free $5 rank, otherwise known as Survivor, on the server that you keep forever. It's normally $5, 500 credits on the server, and you get it totally for free. All you have to do is follow these 3 requirements on here, and they are super simple. All you need to do is play for 10 minutes or more. You need to vote twice on the server, which you can do by going into the server and typing /vote, which will bring you to this menu. And then you just go to this vote link here and you do 2 votes. Very easy, very simple. And then the bottom one is pretty similar. You'll just run /Discord and you'll join us on the Discord server there. With that being said, now that we have everything, now I can claim the free rank. And now we have Survivor. And if we go into the kits here, you can see in the OP kits, we'll have the Survivor kit that I already previously claimed, but it's okay because in 5 days, we'll be able to claim it again. And this is permanent. Very overpowered. Now, if we go to this one over here, it's pretty much the same thing. It's a free starter kit. Now, I did already accidentally claim this one, so we're just going to ignore that factor. Grants you with 3 times normal pet eggs and 3 times hero pet eggs. Now, it also gives you 4 bronze loot boxes and 16 times cursed keys. This is also very OP for you to begin your journey, but these two act fast because these will not be here forever. So due to it being new, I would act as soon as possible to get these free kits and the free ranks as soon as you possibly can. Now, once you claim those two and you are ready to begin your journey, but I do want to say these are not going to be here forever. So if you log on to TalonMC.net right now, you can claim both the free rank and the free kit on any server. So you can go on Prison, you can go on Skyblock, and you can come onto Dungeons and you can claim the free rank and free kit on all 3. They are separate ranks, so it's a free donator rank for $5. Who wouldn't want to do that? It's OP. You might as well get it done while you can. But it is a limited time release, so get it soon. All right, so with that being said, we are now in the spawn for dungeons. So pretty much just some important things that you want to know. There's a tutorial here if you need to know exactly what to do, but I'm pretty much going to go over it with you anyway, so I'm just going to be your own tutorial. But over here we got an NPC for the armor. So during our journey, we'll be able to collect special currency called shards. Shards are going to be able to be used on different types of armor sets that give you an extra boost towards specific currencies. So the green one gives you an extra boost towards money, the red one gives you an extra boost towards souls, and then the purple one ends up giving you a boost towards essence. Now, these all have their unique abilities, and I do want to say each piece gives you an additional boost. So if you choose the helmet, then the chest plate, you're at 1 times essence. If you get the leggings as well, 1.5, and boots 2.0 times boost. Insanely OP. So these are going to be things that we're going to want to go for in the future. But right now we're just starting, so we'll come back to that once we get there. Milestones. So we get specific rewards for milestones. So if we get enough kills, these are the rewards we'd be looking at, and it'll be very OP towards our journey here. So those are going to be great. We can access those at any time by doing /ms, and it'll be right in here for you. So that's going to be good, and then you can access it anywhere. Now we're going to go into the skills here. So these skills, there's different ones that you can do that gives you rewards as well. So if you go into each one, when you get enough swings, you can unlock special abilities to get extra boosts. Now, with that being said, it is going to be insanely OP in our journey as well, and it's going to be pretty sick. So we definitely will come back to this, and it gives you different ones for souls, essence, enchant proc, and damage skills. So we'll come back to that down the line. So the next one is crates. So the crates have also some pretty OP rewards in them. So you'll get a menu here. The physical storage is just if you open weekly crates, you can get into a storage into here so it's not overflowing your inventory. It's insanely useful, and it's great that they added that. It's just a quality of life feature that we all love. The main thing for the crates is the digital crates. Now with that, you go into here, you have 4 different types of keys. Now you'll see I already have some because I did in fact already open some kits and all that, as I do have the top donator rank. Didn't record it, I know, I'm sorry, but I do have it, and that's why we have some credits on the side as well over here, but that's fine. I didn't start anything else, so we are good in that route. But if you go into here, you get different types of keys, level keys every time you level up. That's how you get them. And then the rare, cursed, ancient keys, insanely OP, you can get those as rewards too. That gives you extra rewards. If you go in here, you can see pretty much what it'll give you. So as you saw earlier, in the free rank guy over pretty much right over there, which you can't see him because he's a little too far, but the free rank has to do with voting. Now voting, as I showed you earlier, you can access by typing this link on your browser or just clicking it. It'll pop up into your chat here. You click it and it'll send you right there. But we don't need to do that right now because we already did earlier. But remember to vote. You can get up to 4,000 credits for free a month. That's insane. But if you go back into vote by clicking here, it gives you a few different options here. So on vote streaks, you get special rewards as well. So if you keep up a daily streak, which you can vote one day, skip a day if you need to, vote the next day, that'll count as a 2 streak. It doesn't reset if you miss a day, so don't be worried there. But the best thing to do is vote every single day so you can get the maximum reward. But you'll see here on the streaks, it gives you different rewards. So if you did it 3 times in a row, 75 credits and a weekly crate, insanely OP. Those weekly crates give you insane rewards that you're definitely going to be wanting. Then once you do finish voting, as you can see here, I already voted 7 times. You can go into this wheel spin and you can either vote, you can do it once or you can do it 7 times in a row. So we'll click the bulk, and then it gave us right here, it gave us 2.5 million souls, essence, 1 crystal box, and 50 times curse keys. So we'll open this crystal box and we got an essence crystal. Should be helpful in the future. Another special feature the server has is it's got its own battle pass here. Now, this battle pass can become insanely overpowered. It's got up to 150 tiers for special rewards that you can get, and it's got the free tiers and the premium tiers. Premium tiers are going to give you a little bit better rewards as it is a premium set that you do have to pay for. You can pay with credits that you can get in games, so nothing pay to win, but it does give you better rewards here. Now you'll see that we're already at level 5 on the bottom here on the free. If we had premium, these are the 2 rewards we get off the bat, which are crazy. But we'll come back to that. We'll try and get our way up there so we can get this battle pass. But how the battle pass works is every 250 swings, you'll gain 1 XP towards your level. It takes about 100 XP per level to rank up, and that's going to get you some pretty insane rewards. Now, if we go into the quests here, pretty much how these quests work is they are weekly quests. So they'll come out with different quests once a week. Week 1 right now is obviously out due to the server recently releasing, but then in 3 days, pretty much 4 days from now, they'll unlock more quests. Now, if we go into week 1 here, you'll have pretty much 12 quests here that we can complete to then level up our battle pass. So pretty much that's what it is for the battle pass. If we wanted to get the premium one, we would just go into the store here, click battle pass. That's what we can do. It costs 1,100 credits. We could get it right now, but we'll save our credits for a little bit. So now that we pretty much have gone through everything here at the spawn, it is now time to go to our zone. So we're going to click this NPC here. All right, so we are at our first zone. These zones all vary. The health increases per zone you go to, but it also increases the rewards you get. So it is very worth doing. So pretty much it goes from common, rare, epic, and legendary. The higher the tier, the higher the reward. And then we'll be able to pretty much rack up more and more to level up our sword and zone to just keep going and climbing up the ladder. So let's start off with this common chicken here. They get started with 24 health, so we'll just kill this guy real quick and we'll see what he gives. All right, so you'll see once that chicken dies, it gives you 220 money, as you can see on our scoreboard here on the right. So let's see what it costs to level up our sword. Oh, so we got enough to level up our sword. So we are now wooden sword 2, which will give us more damage. You'll see it went from 1 to now it's 2 hearts. So when you kill a chicken, it's much, much faster. And it's already dead, and there's 440. So the next one is wooden 3, and we have just hit it, so we are now good. So if we go to this chicken here, this legendary chicken, it's 96. We take 3, oh, not even 3. We get 8 hearts per hit on the chicken, and now it's dead. We got 880 money. We do it again, we need 1.19 thousand in order to upgrade again. You'll see in the common chickens, it's just a 3 hit, and we're good. And if we hit this chicken real quick, we'll just get some extra money. All right, so zone bosses just spawned in zone 1. Now these zone bosses have a lot more health than the rest of it, but the rewards are greater. So we're gonna quickly just hit this guy. We're gonna go through the health. We're gonna just completely slaughter him here. Let's wait for him to die. All right, and you'll see right there, we got 2.2 thousand money. That is very good. We're already at 4,000. So what we do, besides the sword, is you go into /zones. Now, these are the different zones that we can unlock and go through. Each zone being harder and everything there. And then the top two are pretty helpful because you can max your zone out here if you have enough money, and you can click this to go to your current zone. So right now we're in the farm zone. If you look here, this is our first one. So the next one unlocks at 3K. We have enough for that, so we can lock that in. But then the further ones are 150, 7.5 million, 375 mil, and so forth. Let's go to the second one. And you'll see when we spawn in here, there's different animals and their health is much, much higher. So right now our main goal is to increase our sword again and go from there to try and get the most health out of these and continue our journey. So I'm going to kill a couple of these pigs and I'll come back to you once it's time to upgrade the sword again. All right. So after a long process of killing the epic pig, we got $13,000. Now that should definitely be plenty. As you can see here at the bottom of my screen on the action bar, it says we can upgrade the sword. Now there is a good chance we can go all the way up to wooden 5. So let's see what happens. And we are at wooden 5. So now with wooden 5, our hearts, we went from 8 hearts a tick to now we're at 70. So that was an insane jump right there. So this is going to be much faster to kill this pig compared to what it was. And you'll see we're already just going right through this guy's health and he's already dead. 13,000. So if we hit it again, obviously we're nowhere with rebirth. Let's see, what is our sword? 7,000 until we can get to stone. So if we kill one more epic, we can then upgrade our sword and then continue from there. All right, so we killed this pig as well. We're good there. You can see we have $32,000 on the right. So if we go ahead and upgrade our sword, we are now a stone sword. Now we are pretty far in here now. So if you right click while holding your weapon, you will be in this GUI here. Now this is the enchants GUI. So in the middle is all the enchants and then it gives you the different types. So there's souls enchants and essence enchants. Now essence, there's their own category here, and then souls, it's the same thing. So souls, we can start here. We have up to soul greed unlocked. So first, what we're going to go for is we're going to get some soul greed going so we can get more souls per hit that we get on the animals. So more things that are in here. You have attachments, crystals, sword attributes, mastery, sword ability, enchant prestiges, and perks. Now each one does its own special thing. We'll start with the attachments. So with these enchantments that are on the back here and this one there, each enchantment has its own attachment which boosts the proc level. Not all enchants do have attachments, but a majority of them will, and they boost the proc level, so then it happens more. So the higher the attachment level, the more times it's going to process. Oh, the same thing, pretty similar with crystals. Like here, you'll see from earlier when we opened the crystal box, we have an essence crystal. We haven't unlocked it yet as we're not level 25, but we will soon here. But the essence crystal, it boosts all gains of essence, and you have 4 different slots. You can boost money, souls, essence, shards, pretty much whichever you prefer. So that's the crystals. If you go into the attributes, it tells you each rebirth you do, what extra boosts you obtain. So as we go through the rebirth levels, these are the boosts that we will get, and that's pretty overpowered. So we'll start flying through these zones the further down we go. Now the mastery menu, there's 6 different masteries that we can do that give each individual boost for different things. First thing is every level reduces the cost of upgrading fossils. So I believe that there's going to be 10. We haven't unlocked it yet, so I can't be for sure. Usually there's 10 levels on each. So the higher the level, the less it'll cost to upgrade fossils. And I'll show you what fossils are here in just a second. So fossils are in a unique addition to the game mode where they give you special boosts as well. So you access them by doing /fossils and it'll pop up with this menu here. Now there's 6 different rarities. You got common, uncommon, rare, epic, legendary, and mythical. Mythical obviously being the best just like everything else, and common being the least. So there's 4 in each row. And usually for legendary and mythical, they release at a later date. So you can claim the first 4, so common through epic, and then legendary and mythical release at later times. The way you obtain these is by collecting fossil generators. And I do have some in here from opening some crates before recording. So these fossil generators, you can shift right click if you have multiple, claims them all, and you'll be able to obtain new fossils. So if we go back into the fossils menu here, you'll see all of these that are in here. And then the first 16, like I said, you'll be able to see them here, and you can upgrade them as you go. So as you can see, you already have quite a few in here. We're going to wait for the legendary mythicals to come out as well in the future. As you can see, they're locked until March 4th and March 11th. And then once they come out, they'll help you even better because they come out with better boosts. So pretty much that's all those are. They're just for more boosts, just like everything else. But we'll get back to the masteries. Now, the next one in here is Pet Master. Every level increases the chance of finding higher tiered pets from pet eggs. Now, the higher the tier in a pet egg, the higher the boost is. So obviously we want the highest possible. I don't believe they've come out with pristine eggs just yet, but there is what is masterful. So pretty much the rarities that they go in, as you can see on these eggs here, is they have common, rare, legendary, mythical, and masterful. Same thing with pet eggs, hero pet eggs. They're both the same for rarities. Pristine might be seen in the future, but right now they're not in here, so stay tuned for that. Now, the next one on here is Shard Amplifier. So every level you put into this increases our shard gain, which, like I showed you earlier with the armor, shards can be used for armor and some other aspects to the game, which we'll learn over time. Now, the next one is Arcane Tinkerer. So every level into this increases our enchant proc chances. So similar to how attachments work, this will just be a generic one, which overall increases every single one. So instead of an attachment being just towards a specific enchant, this one goes towards all of them. So this one's going to be very good once we get to that level. The next one is the Night Surge, which increases our damage to mobs. Another very OP one on here. So as you can see with upgrading the swords, every time you upgrade a sword, the higher your hits are for damage. Now with this one towards the end, I mean, sword level 400, it's going to be a while before we get this, but once we do, it'll help us fly through the zones as well with how much damage we can put off. The final one is Superhero. It increases your souls and essence gain. Like I said on the other ones, I imagine that all of these are going to be up to level 10. So doing these, it's going to increase our souls and essence gain, which is also going to be very helpful when it comes to purchasing different enchants. So that will be also very useful, but the two that I think we should definitely focus on once we're up to that level are these two, as they give us the best results and boosts. And one thing I didn't mention about mastery is you might be wondering what currency you might need to use in order to upgrade them. It is shards. So like how this one is here, you'd be purchasing with shards to gain more shards in the future. So it's pretty much just like that saying, you got to spend money to make money. That's the case with shards here. The next thing in the menu is sword ability. These abilities can be gained and unlocked by vouchers. So the vouchers right now that I see that you can obtain from is right now it's just voting, but I believe they are going to be added into the weekly crates and other rewards like that. These give you different things as well, and I believe you can only have one, but we're not high enough, so we'll find that out for sure in the future. The lottery gives you a random chance to win a random reward on use. The deal breaker significantly boosts your money and damage gain for a short duration, and then the booster significantly boosts your souls and essence gain for a short duration. So they all have their very good uses individually. So we'll find out more on these here as we go further down the line, but that's what the abilities are. So the next thing on the menu is enchant prestiges. This is just to pretty much track which enchants we can prestige. How you prestige an enchant is you get it to max level, and then once it procs enough times to then go through the prestige, that's when the prestige unlocks, and then you can prestige it and it continues and goes from there. And then you can unlock more and more levels, so the proc chance is higher and it gives you more from it. So the final thing on the menu here is perks. Now perks are very overpowered. You'll see here at the top right, after you roll a certain amount of perks, you are guaranteed a specific rarity or higher perk. So you'll see at the top here, the pity, after 200 perk rolls, you are guaranteed a legendary perk or higher. Along with the 800, you have pity plus, which is guaranteed a level 2 masterful perk at least. So it could be anywhere from masterful level 2 to level 5. Now these are very good. Hopefully it doesn't take you that long, but in case it does, these are at least your backups, so you are guaranteed a decent roll. Now if we go into the perk codex here, you'll see that we have 14 different perks. These perks vary, obviously the universal being the greatest and these grays being not so good. They still give you at least a little bit of a boost, so they're not terrible. They're also not the greatest either. If you look through here, the 4 grays, we have souls, essence, money, and sword XP, all having their individual boosts, and they are all great usage. You can only use one perk at a time, so it's always preferred to get one of these higher ones, as they give you multiple different boosts towards it, not just towards a single thing. But if you are stuck with one of these, it's still not terrible. You'll see it with uncommon, they just do the souls, essence, and money, so still not bad. Same thing with blue, is it's enchant and sword XP. So enchant is enchant proc, it's just an extra boost on that. Not bad, but if you can go higher, I would recommend it. You'll see with the purple that we have souls plus essence. So this is what I'm talking about here, is these higher ones can do more boosts. So like this one in specific will give you a souls boost on top of an essence boost. Pretty OP. Same thing with sword XP and essence, does a similar thing, both individual boosts but combined into one. And you'll see with the legendary here, it's the same thing with enchant proc and essence. Pink one, which is enchant plus souls, and then the universal. Now universal is obviously what we would like to get. If you see here, each one has different boosts that are great. So you'll see enchant proc, sword XP, attack speed, essence, souls, and money. All these combined, very, very useful. So our goal is to get a level 5 universal. Now you can lock perks too. So when you're rolling, it can just continue to roll through. It doesn't break out of the GUI. All you got to do is click on it. Never mind, I lied. You got to go into the perk pity and then you click on it to lock it. And then once you lock it, it's good. And once you hit this, it'll break out of the GUI so you don't accidentally click out of it. So right now I have 142. So we'll just do one roll quick, which we got a level 1 money 2. We'll just do like total of a couple rolls here. You'll see in the chat at the bottom left. Now I'm just getting a bunch of grays. There we go. So we got a purple one. So the purple one, we got sword XP and essence. Not bad. I would like to go for further, but we'll stick to this for now so we can keep going in the video. But we got 24% sword XP boost and then 30% essence boost. Not bad at all. The only thing on universal that I think that is a typo. Another thing you'll see at each individual zone is these zone eggs. So you'll have regular zone eggs that you could buy with money, and then you have credits eggs that you can buy for credits. So you see over here we have 3.81k credits. We have enough to purchase one of these. If we go in here, you'll see that they have their own multipliers towards money. Each one gives you a money multiplier, and they can be very good. The higher the zone, the higher the boost, the better they are. Now they also have different rarities as well. You can see here common, rare, epic, legendary, and mythical. Mythical being the greatest, obviously, you know, common being the worst, mythical being the highest. They do also have different types as well. And then the types that you can get with these, I know there's 2. I gotta remember the rest of them. I don't fully remember. But there's one that is rainbow and then one that is dark matter. Dark matter is the best additional boost on there. So you can get a mythical dark matter that is insanely OP and gives you the highest boost. Now, if we go into the money zone egg, you'll see that they have a little less boost to them. The credits ones are going to have a little bit higher boost. You have the common, legendary, rare, epic, mythical. I know I said that out of order. This is the same order as the last one. Same thing. You can buy multiple for money and get your money boost. And then they also have a chance of becoming rainbow and dark matter and stuff like that. Now, another thing you'll notice here at your zone, if you look to the right when you spawn in, there's an AFK area that you, if you end up needing to do something in real life and you just got to get away from the screen for a little bit, you can just come to this animal, you can just swing once and it'll just start swinging for you over time at the AFK mob, and you'll constantly swing, able to gain souls and essence over time. And it counts towards your total swings and everything like that too. So you can pretty much AFK simulator and you're pretty much good to go. But the AFK mob does also come with some upgrades that you're able to get. You have haste, you got enchant proc, multi boost, and treasurer. So haste is going to increase your attack speed. Enchant proc is pretty much your enchants. It's same as all the other boosts that we've seen with enchant proc. It just helps proc boost by letting your enchants happen further. You can purchase these with different currencies, as you can see on here. So haste is shards, enchant proc is souls, multi boost is essence, and then treasurer is with credits. Now multi boost is where you increase your chance to gain a random multiplier. So it could pretty much be any type of multiplier, currency wise, enchant proc, boost wise, anything like that. And then treasurer. Now treasurer being credits, I'm guessing it's got to give you some decent stuff. So I mean, yeah, those are some pretty OP rewards if I do say so myself. So not bad at all. I'm guessing the further through the zones, the better the rewards are. So we'll double check that and see how they turn out, but we'll see that down our journey. So now that we pretty much have gone through everything that had to do with the zone, you'll see in our inventory, we have a companion storage. Now this has to do with the 2 eggs that we've already looked into. It'll store all of our companions in here. And then right now we can use up to 3, as these 3 are currently locked. And then you can equip the best ones automatically that are currently in your inventory. Another thing that you can do is you can bulk delete if there's specific ones that you don't want anymore. You can delete them so it's not flooded. Same thing with delete the companions. You can select which ones you specifically want to delete. So it's totally up to you. You at least get the options. Very useful. Now you can also fuse them together. So if you have multiple of the same kind, same boost and all that, you can then upgrade them so that you can try and get something better. For higher boosts and just better overall companions. So what we'll do, since we have 6.14 right now, I'll go into the zone, we'll start hitting some pigs, we'll get some money, and then we will open, let's see, how much is it for 10? So I'll go and get 378,000 money. So that's what our goal will be right now for this episode. We'll try and get 10 companions to help boost our money. So one thing I also just noticed is in my inventory, I actually have these 2 different types of pet eggs. So we have 1 hero pet, so we'll open that one, but then we have 6 normal pets. So if you shift and right click, it'll open them all at the same time. So we can go into here and we can see which ones we got, and we can see if any of them are pretty good. We got quite a few legendaries, so that's pretty good. What we can also do is if you type /salvage, if there's anything you don't want, you can put them in this salvage menu. And click this anvil and it'll give you salvage points. As you can see right here, we just got 25 salvage points right there. What that does is if you type salvage space shop, so right now it's actually coming soon, there isn't a shop just yet, but once they do come out with it, it will give you these OP rewards for your salvage points. So like on prison, 100,000 salvage points gives you a weekly crate that gives you OP rewards. So it's definitely worth salvaging stuff over time, and if you don't need it, it also helps clear clutter. So in this scenario, what we'll do is we'll take what's probably the most. We'll do the money pet for now, legendary. So you pretty much put it in your inventory, you right click it, you'll see it says active, and then you just go over to another pig and you just start swinging, and now your money will get a little boost due to your pet being active. So if we deactivate it, you'll see that was 4.66. Let's see how much of a real difference it gives. So this one gave 4.38. So you'll see it gives a pretty decent boost at level 1 on a legendary. So really not bad at all. So right now, I think what our goal will be is to get the 10 companions for 378,000 while upgrading the sword and all that too. And then we will keep going from there. So you'll see I am now at 117,000. So it should be enough to upgrade our sword, but let me show you where you go exactly for your sword skins. So when you open the enchant menu, you'll see at the bottom left, there's a diamond sword. If you click the diamond sword, you'll go into the skin section. These skins are what you upgrade throughout your progress. So we've already gone through the wooden sword. So now we're on the stone sword. So if we click that stone sword, you'll see 5 different ones. So they'll give you the amount it costs to upgrade to each individual one. So you'll see the next one we got to do is 90.8k. So if we click on that, it is now unlocked. So now it'll help us get some more damage. You'll see we went from 80 to now we are at 594, and we are killing these guys a lot faster now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go around. I'm going to get 350k, and then we will go right over to the egg to see if we can get some companions. Okay, so we got 404,000, so that is now plenty to get 10 companions. So we are going to quickly open the 10 companions and hope we get something good. That is good. So that is going to be very good. So let's see what we just got here. I believe that was dark matter. So what we're going to do is we're just going to click this for the equipping the best. So we got a cow legendary 1.278 times money. So that's good. We got a mythical mushroom for 1.462. There we go. So that is an amazing one right there. We got a mythical dark matter mushroom with a 2.85 times money. So that companion is going to be very good. We're still on the second zone. So I say, let's see here. So 150k. So we're probably going to do that. What are the sword skins right now? So the next one's at 308, 1.05. Okay, so let's try and get to the next zone and see if we can get up to stone 5, I'd say. And I think that's a good look. I would say let's get there. We now got stone 5. So that was actually not as long as I thought it was going to take. So we're pretty good there. We're on zone 3. What is the next zone? So let's go, I'd say let's get to stage 5. Stage 5 should definitely be 7.5 mil. That's easy enough. We can just kill about probably 3 sheep and we should be good to go. But let's aim to get to zone 5 into the next sword, and we should be pretty good from there. Okay, so now we are on farm 4. So I think, let's see here. So we'll go back into slash zone real quick. What was 5? So 375 mil. What's the next sword? Iron with 10 mil. Okay, so these cows are gonna definitely take a while to kill. So let's go back to 3 real quick. Let's get some kills through on the sheep here, just because it'll be a lot quicker. So I'm gonna get a bunch of more sheep killed. I'm gonna get up to iron, and we're gonna see how it does at the next zone. Now we upgrade. Oh, still need 317k more. There we go. Okay, so now we are at iron. So let's go back to our farm 4 here, and let's see how this does against the cows now. Okay, so that's a lot better. So let me kill a couple cows, get the sword upgrade a little bit, and let's see if we can get to farm 5. Just killed the final cow. We're at $390 million now, so that means we are good to upgrade to the next farm zone, which is now leaving us with rabbits. So now that we're at the rabbits, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that is going to call it for today's episode. As you can see, my companions are right above me there. But that's going to be episode 1. So mainly this was just the tutorial on pretty much how you guys can come play dungeons here on TalonMC. But we are going to continue this series from here. I might be doing stuff behind the scenes to try and get some advancement, but not too major, just so there's nothing that's really missed in between episodes. But we're going to try and aim for 1 episode a week here and just do a series on this, and then go from there. But if you guys would like to join, you can join at play.talonmc.net. I'll leave that in the description below for you, and we'd love to see you guys here. And until next episode, I will see you soon. Bye bye.